Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another evening with Sergeant Stevens here. We're going to do some level design. We've been designing some new map segments for the village biome. Almost all of the art is complete, and it's time to start fully fleshing out these maps. And if you've been keeping up with our dev updates, you would know that we're kind of got 4 or 5 maps going so far, and it's my new mission to create many more and share them with you and share my process. So let's jump into it. What we've got here so far is a map I was working on earlier this afternoon. And the whole idea behind it is I want to incorporate this new feature we have, which is the path blocking structure, or the PBS is what my crew and I like to call it. What this is, you kind of can think of it as like a mini boss for the level. Does not allow our player Lance to pass it. The camera locks right about here, and you have to destroy the building and defeat the enemies that are spawned within it before you can move on. So what I wanted to do tonight, welcome everybody in the chat. Lance Johnson, I see you're here. You're not actually working right now. That's fun. You've earned your leave. Syntax Cowboy, let's go, baby. But basically, I wanted to design this level around our PBS. So I tossed in the ground, background grass, and all this delicious background you see here, which is subject to change, depending on how we want to do it. All of it is, technically, but for right now, we're going to stick with this plan. Kept it kind of flat, kind of simple, kept the background grass a little wavy so you can make some neat stuff back here. You don't want it too high to cover up that delicious background, as I recall it in my head from years ago on Pluto. So essentially, I have path blocking structure roughly in the middle, maybe close to the middle. I want to design some cool stuff in front of it. A couple of hazards here, a couple of hazards behind it, and populate it with these new decos we have. And we can get into that in just a moment. And I'll probably be playing through it a little bit just to test while I'm at it. So that's the overall idea. This map segment, you're going to be running into the path blocking structure. So I want to definitely get some decos in. As you can see, it looks all plain, pretty bare. Not like I remembered it. So we're going to go in there and kind of populate it with some cool stuff, cool features. Maybe add in some other hazards, some rocks, some plutonians, which is a very fun thing to do. Maybe some trees. So let's get started. Whoa, whoa, earthquake, minor earthquake. I'm gonna put some fence behind this this hut here. That's what I want to do. Okay, I like that. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Gladly be hopefully able to answer those questions for you. It's a nice little fence here. We'll keep that going behind this one. Give it a feel of a little community here. A little safety net, or so we think. I was tasked to recreate my experience in my time on Pluto. So hopefully that's what we're doing here with you guys today. You guys and girls. The ISA is pretty strict about political correctness these days, and that's fine. Boom. I think that looks pretty good. Maybe this one needs to come down a little bit. Get it sitting nice and fresh, yeah. Alrighty. Let's see here. Maybe. I don't know if I want to block it in completely, but we could extend this fence out to here. That's what we'll do. This track is pretty cool. Prefer a little bit more drums in my music. But it's okay. Sometimes you need to set the mood. Yes, new music tonight. Trying to find a nice synthwave music to accompany my workflow here. Again, this stuff's subject to change, and also if you guys see anything that you like or would like to see in here, you let me know. But I wanted to work off of a small base layer here with having some of these things in here, kind of get my mind wrapped around it. The flowy fields and whatnot here. There we go. And we'll do one more we can extend over here towards path blocking structure. Give ourselves a nice workaround behind it as well by just hiding it for a little bit so we can kind of see what we want to design around here. All right, let's tuck these away. Keep it clean. Got to keep it clean. Going to our hazards here. What we got? There it is. Let's get that in mute. All right. So we could keep this fence going. But I think we want access to this field back here. This little area. If I was a Plutonian, I need to come into the square, come into the town here, the main road. So maybe we'll cut the fence off right about this rocky outcrop here. And we'll go from there. Maybe that's not what I want to do here. We'll put a little Han Solo here. All right, I think that looks pretty good for our fence right now. Happy little fences. Let's go ahead and pull that hazard back out of here. You want to see it. Because we're going to design some more stuff behind it. What I don't want to do is clog up a lot of this area and have a bunch of stuff kind of sticking out the sides. And maybe back here is fine. But, you know, putting a bunch of trees right here might make it look a little weird and visually unpleasing. Not visually pleasing. So after you defeat this, we got a nice little fire pit here. Speaking of which, I want to go ahead and cover some of that up. So if you see here, we go to the ground. There we are. So the fire's going to sit pretty well close to the ground here. But as you can see, some of the actual sprite, the animation itself, overlaps where the grass actually sits. So what we can do is cover that up. Cover that up and give it some nice depth to it. I'll show you how to do that now. Or how we do it, I should say. Everybody does it a little different. We've got a grass obfuscation. That's a fun word, isn't it? Obfuscation. All right. So what we do here is boop and cover that up. But we're going to need to round that out a little bit. Unique New York. The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. Obfuscation. Oblong obfuscation. Objective. There we go. We're getting it now. That's not what I want. Okay, so where's our curve here? There's there. Maybe what we can do is this. There we go. There we go. I know what I need to do. Looks pretty good. Maybe bring this up a little bit more. Yes, the fire is in the pit. Let me know how that is. I have it off on my monitor, so can't hear it that loud. If it needs a little bit more tweaking, it'll let me know. You know what we can do as well? I've seen something now that... How's the audio? More? Well, that's what you get. If it's too loud, deal with it. There we go. Nice fire pit. Nice. Thank you for your feedback, Butch. I'll be looking for you later. And again here, so a couple cool new features. We're going to start featuring some Plutonians in the village. This is going to be a big settlement for the Plutonians. Some fleeing, most dead, and some hiding. We'll add some of those in here in a little bit. But I just wanted to show you we got some spikes we've added to the game. They are hazards. You can see here we got a little hitbox on him. So you fall in that pit, even though there's a dead body, you're still gonna get hurt. While I'm here, let's just add a little bit of those. Let me think, like red about here. Maybe a small one right here. Let's do that on this side as well. Maybe one small one right up here. And you know what we're gonna do next? Clean it up. Put it into the hazards. We're gonna toss on another obfuscation. Oblong obfuscation objective. Commence now. Boom. Done. Just kidding. Gonna hide this game object. We don't need it. This, we're gonna go here. Do exactly what I did last time. Probably could have just copied. You know, it doesn't matter. I like to do things the hard way sometimes. Can bump this layering up a little bit so we can hide those spikes. There's our bottom here. Let's go ahead and test that. This one we want to be on an angle so we can do one eye shia. One over here. Curl it up a little bit. The mustache. Gotta give a little curl. How we looking? How we looking? I think that's looking pretty good. We can bring this up now. Kind of cover a little bit of this bottom edge of the spikes. Bring this up just because it's bothering me. I think we got a nice little, maybe let's bring that middle part up a little bit. Looks good to me. Tuck her in. Good night. All right. I'm thinking we start adding some stuff in this foreground here. I want two things tonight. I want an embankment. So an embankment's going to be this arching grassy area that's in the foreground that you cannot access as a player, but it's going to be appealing to the eye. There's a couple different spots we can put it, but I want to tell you about one more thing. I have an idea here for this gap that I wanted to do some form of platform. It's actually present in the map right now. It's kind of like it's kind of blocked, so Lance would have to go up over it, kind of dive off of it. It might not work, but it's kind of something I want to do. Maybe a little small elevation change here in this middle. So I might want to leave the embankment out. Could go here. But I'm thinking for right now is throw an embankment in here. I'm going to show you how to do that right now, or how we do it, to kind of give it that cool feel. But first, a cool trick when level designing is always knowing where your camera is. Turn on your gizmos so we can see it. Get your move tool. Boom. Bring it down here. This is how we're going to gauge what you can and can't see in the foreground. So our bottom of our camera is going to stop here. So anything that's below here, there can be stuff there, but you're going to want whatever's down here to kind of be coming into the camera. So if it's grass, plants, rocks, whatever, etc., you can have half of it down here and only see the top. It's kind of cool. And some of that can even be parallaxed, but that'll be for a different day. But for the embankment, you can have the edge run down through it to give it that feel that it's going into someplace else, but you're going to want most of it to be seen here in the camera. You can keep it on. You can turn it off with the gizmos, but we're going to start now. And so we're going to go back to the terrain here. We're going to grab the bottom nodes here, or make some nodes. I want this to be sprawled out a little bit, maybe some curve too. So we're going to add a node here, add a node here, and I think maybe let's do one down here and here. just a node. I don't want to move it. And we're going to bring these ones up. Bring this up. Don't worry about the background. You're not going to see it in a second. Kind of like this. We're going to arc it, and we're going to arc it. A little much. Let's see where this one's at here. We're going to want number one. Number one. There we go. We got something we're working with here. Let's go back and check that camera where it's at here. All right. So now you can see that the embankment is going to be in the camera in this shot here. Anything below it, out of the view. Don't worry. So now that we've got our flow to it, maybe we can add a little bit of a, let's see here. Maybe we want to add a little bit of curvature. Maybe some not so swooping arcing. Let's go ahead and add another node here. Maybe we'll pull it up a little bit. Bring it down. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Nice little dip for some more natural. Let's do one over here. What do you think? Like that maybe? Can we even bring this out? Bring one down here. Boom. I think that looks pretty good. So, test it again. Nice little dip. All right, for the fun part, what's going to bring it to life is we're going to bring in the embankment here. This is going to sit between the layers. You'll see that 1 second. Yeah, see here. All right. After a good workout, what do you like to do? You like to stretch, right? So, during a good level design workout, we're going to stretch. Gonna bring that over here. Oh, look at that. That's a nice stretch. You feel it right in your neck. Ah, yep. Oh, yeah, it feels good. Stretch around out over here. So, what we're going to do here, it looks kind of wonky. We're going to have to bring this up, maybe even widen it. Okay? So if I just left it like this, as is, camera stand, doesn't look that bad, but you're seeing a lot of this darker area in the embankment. So we're going to want to bring that up, maybe even add some curve to it, which might just actually fix the issue here. So boom, toss in a little node here. Let's make it a continuous spline. That's not what I wanted. Sometimes you just have to keep trying. All right, so what I'm gonna do is all that again, just for ease of mind. And I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna start down here. And I'm gonna stretch it out in one direction, like the band, the pop group from England. There we go. Sometimes all you need is a little tweak to the system. Let's see what that looks like here. Let's go back to the camera. Turn my gizmo on. Okay, so we have an issue. We need to get that below the camera line here. And I think what I'm gonna do, let's go to my middle node here. Just gradually increase the size. Maybe even bring it up just a smidge. Let's see what that looks like. Oh my word. Right? on the dot. It's too close for comfort for me, so I'm going to bring it back down just a little bit. Check her out. Oh yeah, she's good. We're in good shape. We're in good shape, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe let's make this a little bigger. Bring her up. Bring her up more. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks good. We'll take a look at that here in a few minutes. And a little run through. That's nice. It's going to add a little depth and character to the foreground here. Let's bring that camera stand back over here. Where you at? There you at. There you are. All right. So I think what I'm going to do now. Funny you should say that, actually, Butch, is that we do have a darker variant for that. And to do that, perfect. All right. As I was saying previously, we're going to go back here. I think I kind of want to keep this a little enclosed. Memory serves me correct. There was a patch in the village when I was hunting bugs looking for Butch where you're running through an enclosed trail. And since we got a lot of fence going on here, besides maybe this spot here, maybe even not, maybe we do put some fence there. We'll see when we get there. I think I want to put some fence and some shrubs down in this area, at least to start. I don't think we want to go full on. We want to save some room for some other stuff, so I think we're going to do just a little bit of fence. Slide it on over in the X position. Don't want to stretch it out too far, right? Because it kind of looks, ooh, there's a, there we go. So what we're going to do is we'll do something like this here. Wait, hold on. Like that. I'm going to check on something real quick. So if I want this to go in front of it, I can change the layer here to a positive number, let's say 10. There we go. This needs to be in front, a positive number, so Lance can jump on it and not be behind it or in front of it. In front of it. So if we go back to our camera stand, now it looks like we should have, if we were, say we're in game, we have a little bit of a fence to kind of keep it in here a little bit. Could probably even add a little bit of curve to it. That is what we want to do. We'll come back to it. So I'm thinking if it's a little curved back here, maybe you want a little curve up here. Ever so slightly. And what we would do is break it up into a couple different segments. Have it kind of slope down, slope back up, etc., etc. For now, let's get some grass in here. So with the camera stand being on, we know that basically anything from the second plank, the middle plank on up, is going to be within camera. This track already sounds like it's going off here. So what I like to do is bring up my project area a little bit higher so I can see what I'm working with here. We'll just zoom in and piece it out, piece by piece here. Let's get some grass going. I like to put grass down first because you can just kind of get a feel, flesh it out, and then replace it with some stones or build it around some rocks. Put some grass up onto some rocks. You can kind of combine them. With these, I mean, there's not really a right or wrong way to do it, in my opinion, but I don't like to keep everything on the same linear plane. As you can see, everything's slightly off the same plane. Give it a little more organic feel. Who knows? I think actually I'm going to delete this one out because I already have a plan for that. I'll get to that in a moment. Let's just start within this section right here. How about that? Right here, this little section is what we're going to focus on for a few minutes. What I want to do is clean it up a little bit over here. What I want to do for this section is these logs. It's that hazard we showcased in one of our past streams. It's on fire and it's going to drop logs and it's going to roll into the foreground. And once it comes across here, if Lance is in the way, it deals damage, burn damage. So if the log's rolling on top of grass, naturally it's going to burn it. So let's add a little path here of burnt grass. We don't want it to be rectangular, and kind of, a little bit, right? Because it's a log. We want to add a little bit of shape to it. So what I'm going to start off by doing, it seems kind of wonky, but bear with me. Just curve, continual spline nodes here. Let's see if we can get something to work. These bottom ones don't really matter per se. You kind of want to straighten them out, clean it up a little bit. A nice little easy does it. A nice little easy does it. Add a little curve to some of that here. So mostly rectangular in shape, where that wood's going to drop and roll. But you got a nice little, actually, curve it a little bit. Put some shape here. That's gonna roll into the foreground. So we're gonna need a piece over here. One thing I didn't think about, this is good for a learning process, is that if this log rolls, bring back our camera here, it's gonna maybe roll right off the top of this embankment part. So maybe what we wanna do is scooch all this down. To me, let's go back to this. Still got some stuff to clean up here. Let's see if we can almost just do one of these. Test our camera. Make sure we're back in business, and we are. Cool. So if I would have taken a little bit more time, I would have seen that ahead of time. But you know what? This is good. This is what we do. This is what is needed. Going back. Grass burnt. We got a path now. It's about right there. That was what we call fat thumbing. Pardon that. All right, we're good. We're back. And again, I'm going to make all these nodes continuous. Give myself a little more shape. There's a lot of mystery going on tonight. Hear that? What's that synth guy thinking? Not quite where I want it. Let's see. Let's check out that path. Probably a little bit over here. Twist it out a little bit. Also thinking about doing this. No. We don't like that. Don't like that. Something like that works. Sits here. Gonna have a burnt path here. And we can throw some burnt edges down here. Do a little something like this. It's like burnt grass. Here, and we can even throw in some real grass. Not all the grass is burnt, not yet anyway. Okay, let's get all this grass tucked away. Thought we lost the music, but we didn't. All right. Grass going here. I think I'm gonna put a tree here, so I don't want to clutter that up yet. Maybe some here, some other bush or vegetation likewise to cover up this tree. Put a little guy right here, maybe something like that. What do I say here? I still gotta decorate behind the path blocking structure, but for right now we're focused in this little area. Okay, that looks good. Cover up this tree right here. I think that's what I want to do. Take this big old village plant shrub tree. Do a little something like that. That looks nice. I like this guy. Kind of like so. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I instantly heard this song and I was like, let him cook. Give me some more juice. You can hear me just fine. Honestly, you don't even need to hear me. I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to me, I'm talking to you. Obfuscation, obliteration, obituary, objection, Your Honor. So it looks pretty good right here, huh? I think so. You can even go ahead and maybe tuck something else behind it. Do one of these guys back here. nice little shrubbery area. Let's go ahead and build us a tree in this area, I think. Got a nice moot background here. Just background shrubs, so we're not going to really clog up any beautiful scenery here. So I think we can put a tree. Let's go down to the trees here. We got all these pieces, pretty versatile. How you can build out your trees, as you can see over here, I built this one with 4 pieces. A nice little hideaway hut. Used to be like a one-person hut, except a family style. You never know when you're going to need to look up. Got double. Hold on. Let's talk about how there's double bass going on in this track right now in Synthwave. Shoo-wee. I don't even think this tree needs to be that big, but I'm sorry, I'm rocking right now, dude. Let's see. You want to see some of the fence? Let's put it kind of close to this. Just gonna pull back like that? Dang. I know I want to use this guy somewhere. Maybe not yet. Turn him just a little bit. So I think we pull him up. There we go. Maybe just ever so slightly. Alright, got a nice little weird looking tree. Oh. Okay, this is chapter 2 of this playlist here, and it's it. As they would say. And over here in my hierarchy, I got plants and trees, and I got them nested under the plants and trees section up here, so we can time to clean up. That's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna want a shrub. So that looks pretty good. Cool, so we got a tree. Put something on these boxes. These are on the path, so you know that you're going to be able to walk. Use them as an elevation change. It might be kind of fun to put something, maybe some kind of exotic plant back there. Extra one here for a little bit of thickness. We'll put it behind that other plant, so we're going to do one. Yeah, that looks good. Let's go ahead and tuck these away. Get a little OCD about that. Oh, bye-bye. Alright. It's looking pretty cool. Now we're just gonna start playing around and having fun. Whatever comes to me is what's gonna happen here. That's all I want to do when I listen to this. Just 2 fingers, that's all you need. Hell, it might even just be 1. Just holding it down, letting those arpeggios take over, dude. Still a couple stems down here. All right, I kind of want to do something fun here. Yeah, VIBIN. I kind of want to put... This hut looks like it's been slashed and attacked, right? These 2 right here. We call them neighbors. I think that we need to put some dead plutonians. It's kind of a big reveal here. We're getting close to, I'd say another 15-20 minutes before we're going to wrap it up. But I want to show some plutonians here. Because they're cool. And it really ties home the essence of this village being attacked. I got an idea. Bear with me. I think this is what we're gonna do. I might get rid of that stone, but we'll see. Let's move some of this stuff around for right now. And we're gonna go toss in this guy. I mean, he straight up got waxed. He's missing an arm. I want to make sure he looks like that looks a little too low. Maybe about here. Dead plutonian number 1. Sorry to say. It's exciting, albeit a little sad. You know what? I'm going to show you another thing. So I was thinking about maybe putting some neighbors, dead neighbors. It's unfortunate. In front of the fence or behind the fence? Behind is in the foreground or inside. Yeah, we can do this. I got a sidebar chat going. Let's go ahead and put back to deco. Let's get some wheat. Maybe we'll put it in front. Check our camera stand here. So this is what we're gonna have. We can even lower it a little bit, maybe. Just have the top of the wheat sticking out. Something like that. That's pretty cool. A couple here. Ones and twosies here. Thicken that up a little bit. Check that camera. Maybe even pull this last one down a little bit. Looks something like that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, dead plutonian 1. Got some wheat in the foreground. We'll even do a patch of these poppy plants or whatever the hell we want to call those. Plutors. The Plutor plant. I didn't name it. Nope. Maybe. Let's clean her up. Oh, actually. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Alright, I think I want to do something right in here. And that's going to be adding this little guy. I'll show you how that works in one moment. This is going to be our little Kilroy. He pops in and out of the huts or bushes. It's kind of a little fun little vision we had when getting the village thought out. You can kind of tuck him in here. He's on a trigger. It smells really good in my house right now. And turn the gizmos back on for this. Turn the trigger about here, I'd say. And when Lance runs into that trigger, which will be invisible, he's going to pop his little head out and start blinking. I think we should go ahead and take a look and see what that looks like right now. Give it a moment. Take a sip of water. Stay hydrated. And I'll take this moment to say that I think for the next level design stream, next Thursday, we should have a few more items added in that we can populate maps with, and have this level done, and potentially working on another one. And I'll have a whole new set of conditions that I want to keep as far as how I'm going to build the next level. Actually, funny thing, I'm going to teach you. If you go into here and you leave the camera stand on, it's going to act all wonky. So what we're going to do is just turn that off right now. Go back in and load it up. Make sure y'all can see this okay. How much is my camera cutting into there? Not that much. We can make it work. Looks pretty good. Sorry, fella. Oh, look at that. It's peeking on us. I'm gonna run on top of your roof. Sorry about that. Huh. I know what I need to do there. Let's check this out here. Nice. I should probably expand that burnt grass down there a little bit. Watch. Forgot about that. Okay. Expand that a little bit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hazard. Okay. Diving board. Yeah, it might be too easy. Maybe we don't do that there. All right. Back to design. Cool. So we know that little guy's popping his head out. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. I need to make a dip in the ground so our character can actually fall into it. But I'll do that in a little bit. I'm going to continue on with what I was doing. First, I like to create a little separation between this starting segment, just so I know, just so I don't overlap, do anything weird over here, and it helps with like keeping everything framed up and lined up. All right, where were we? So we're kind of in this area. Got some plants in front of the fence, looks pretty good. And again, going back, I might add some slight curve to this fence line here. Kind of give it some more waviness as you see in the background. Nothing crazy, just slight. Thank you, Butch. Looks pretty cool too. And yeah, not every area, and this is something I have to remind myself a lot, not every area needs to have like a bunch of stuff going on in the background to kind of cover up that delicious background piece. Kind of keep it open. The village is not meant to be like the jungle, where the jungle is compact with a bunch of vegetation. The village is more cut out, you know, purposely flattened areas so they can do farming and live and have a sight on things. Live in the jungle, you have to kind of always watch your back. So living in a village, I feel is a little bit more open. So got to keep that in consideration. Let's go ahead and throw. I want to overpopulate that area here, but I feel like we can do maybe something else. I think a couple of these guys. Angle to them. Another one down here. There. You're not going to be walking on the ground here, you're going to be up here, so we can actually do something nifty here. Bring these two kind of up in this area. We'll go back to this patch of grass and maybe we'll kind of like just cover it up a little bit. I think that looks pretty cool. What do y'all think? It's nice little shrub stuff going on. Let's fix this while we're here. So if you remember, the log expands as it gets closer, or as it passes the trail and gets closer to out of range. So we're going to need to, I think I put that under the grass. So what we can do is pull this guy, these middle ones out, these nodes, pull these out, pull this out a little bit. That should do it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at this side.
These things. There's something big out there.
Our world is made of strands all wove together. Now when something terrible...
I think that'll work. We'll test it again. But I'm going to probably wrap it up here in a few minutes. I think I want to do something else real quick over here. I like these guys a lot. And and they're going to be like these little stone designs. Pretty cool. I like that. We also have our little huts. Plutonians here. Got some stones. Got a bush. This area feels a little open, but I did say that we don't want to clog it up too much. Toss a stone down here. Alright, so before we get off here, I'm going to decorate behind this path blocking structure a little bit. And then we can wrap it up for this Thursday night's level design with me, Sergeant Stevens. Hope y'all have enjoyed yourself so far. What do we want to do back here? I should make sure that there, if I put a tree here, just a small one, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem. What I want to avoid is just having it like sticking out all up here and back here. Place it right in this area. I think we can get away with it. Basically, doing exactly what I said not to do. Backwards. Yeah, that works. That works to me. I think we also need to put some hay back here. Do something like that. Where is it? There it is. A couple of these. I think what I can do. Let's do something like this. And what we can do is also keep. It's got. Debris that's gonna come off the haystack, float, sizzle a little bit, and burn the player. So we can time it. You can miss the hazard here, hopefully miss it here, and make it over the small fire pit. This is a simple jump from lands, but if we have a few other things in here, messing with stuff, it's gonna make it for a nice challenge. Could be too much. Could be too much. We won't know until we test it. This time I'm going to turn this off. We're going to go with a medium sized one, so turn that one on. Take it out a little bit right in front so we can cover up the juicy background. And I like to put some of these terrain shadows underneath. haystacks. You don't always have to do it. Hell, should I even do it? I don't know. Do one more of these. Turn this off. And turn the small on, not large. So we're gonna put that over here. Going back and forth. If I want shadow underneath these ones as well. I guess I can also do this. Maybe back here. Turn that one, turn around a little bit. What? All right. That's pretty cool. Line a little bit. That work. Pretty cool. So we're sticking to my original plan. We're not having a lot of foliage and shrubs sticking out and kind of disrupting the focal point, which is going to be here. Not to say it's bad. You can have stuff sticking out, but I just meant like kind of tall trees or silo being right here and kind of make it confusing looking. But yeah, I think that works. You can toss some grass down here as well. I like them. They're tasty too. Kept me alive for 14 hours once. Filled with juice. Kind of reminds me of a plum and a cheeseburger mixed. Flavor profile wise. Sweet and savory. Something like that. Grab my camera stand, turn it on, go down and grab it, have my gizmos on. Alright, so we're in the shot here. Looking nice. Turn that off. Let's go ahead and let's do one more depth of toning here. And we're gonna wrap it up. Give you all updates on how this is turning out. Here's what we'll do. Little bench area. Sit around, hang out with buds. Not this guy. Their first date didn't go so well. Over here, Plarnar. Take a look at this. Whoosh, right in half. Blood. I mean, he got it sliced in half. Alright, this is good. We accomplished what I wanted to do with the stream tonight. And that was show off some of these new decos. Stones, huts, path blocking structure, get some grass, burnt grass in there, some new plants, some foreground stuff, some fencing, embankment. Got a little haystack going. Just about halfway done. And sometimes it helps. Sometimes I take my sketchbook and sketch out at least the layout of what I want to do. And then, for example, the path blocking structure, the hazards in this area, and the elevation change was all pre-drafted. And then with the decorations, just have fun with it. Have fun with it. Don't make it too over the top. If it doesn't feel right in your gut, it's probably not going to look right. Other than that, I really appreciate everybody taking their time to be here this evening and come check this out. Before I jump off here, check something. Alright. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm going to continue this mission tomorrow. A lot of work to be done. Next Thursday, we'll get in here, start on a new one. I should have this one done by then. And if you'd like to see it, I'll show this one off first. If you don't tune in tomorrow, potentially this can be done tomorrow. But if you don't tune in tomorrow, I'll showcase it on next Thursday, and we can build a new map together. Appreciate everybody for being here tonight. Sergeant Stevens is out. Have a good evening.